am Coach Angie, and I'm going to show you some simple exercises to help improve your back mobility and flexibility. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is a modified cat-cow stretch that you can do in your chair. I'm going to turn my chair to the side, and your feet and knees are about hip distance apart. So you're going to arch your back, and then you're going to round. And as you're doing this, you're just breathing normally. And you can do a couple, about 4, you can do more than that. And you can also just hold this stretch as you continue to breathe. And then the next exercise we're going to go into is just you're bending over and you're dropping your head down. You can keep your hands on your knees if you want, and as you feel more flexible, you start to open up a little bit and loosen up. Then you can drop the arms down. You can even add a little bit of rotation in the neck, just moving your head, shaking your head no, then nodding yes. You can walk those hands over to the outside of your right foot, and you'll get a deeper stretch on the left side of your back. And then you can walk over. Ideally, you want to hold these stretches for about 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or even a minute. And you can just go right to left. And then when you feel good, you can hold it for 15 seconds to a minute. Now, the next exercise is a modified downward dog. So I'm going to be using the wall. So I have a wall right here. I'm going to place my hands on the wall, and I'm going to push my hips back. So my torso is parallel to the floor. I'm pushing my tailbone back and continuing to breathe. You can come out of it and then back in. And you can also shift your weight right and left. You can walk your hands over to the right and push your hips back to the left, getting a deeper stretch in the back. Same thing with the other side. And you just keep breathing. You never hold your breath. Again, you hold your stretches for about 15 seconds at least, and then you can repeat them as often as you like. Let's do one more on each side. And you can use the wall as a little bit of leverage, like push yourself away from the wall. So the next stretch is a seated torso rotation. So I'm going to place my right hand on top of, or right on the outside of my right knee. Place my left hand right behind my tailbone. Lift up nice and tall, and I'm just going to slowly turn my shoulders. This is not something you want to jerk your body into, but just take your time. Try to look over your shoulder if you can. The more you can rotate, the more flexible you are, and if you're not there yet, that's okay. Again, we want to hold for about 15 seconds. Sit up tall, rotate. And again, you want to do this more than once, 3 times at least. You might hear a little snap, crackle, and pop. And then the last exercise I'm going to show you is a great one to do if you're working, you're at your desk, you need to take a little break. So bring the arms up. I'm going to grab my right hand is going to grab my left wrist. I'm going to lift straight up and then over. Sit up tall. Try not to lean back too much or forward too much. Just try to stay in the center. And you can actually play with your range of motion. One thing I like to do is kind of rotate And you'll feel a deeper stretch in the lower back through the lats. And then again, the other side. So I start up nice and tall, breathe, and then start to rotate a little bit. So I'm just turning my shoulders, and I'm using my left hand to pull on that wrist so I can have a little bit more lengthening, and breathe. And if you want, you can end here. Just one more nice stretch, leaning over. And you can walk right and left. And hopefully you feel a little bit looser in your back.